I mean, it looked £5.
It looked £5, and we were like, yeah, I'll put a £600 camera on top of that and drive.
Which then takes us on to Little Monster. Now, what Jim had very smartly done in advance of Little Monster was practice.
Screen test. I got my housemate, Ratty, aka Steve. He agreed to sit in my car. I took, I think about 2 or 3 lights with me and tried different kind of lighting setups.
Were all these battery-powered lights again?
These were Yongnuo lights, a Yongnuo 900 and a Yongnuo 300. Very inexpensive lights, good quality lights. So yeah, battery operated, so we take them outside. And we done some tests with it. The screen test wasn't really to make it believable that he was driving necessarily. It was just to see how well we could light the car.
Yeah, light it in the middle of nowhere.
Light in the middle of nowhere with no, I mean, it was pitch black. So knowing what I knew from that screen test, then we...
And all the mistakes we've made in the past.
And all the mistakes definitely we've made in the past. We took that onto the Little Monster set. And I think it works really well. Kind of similar to SatNav. We had a big black cloth on a background. I mean, that just takes out anything like, you know, houses or whatever in the backdrop. And then we kind of then... we had a few different kind of light setups. The first, early on in the film, it was more kind of nice, natural kind of looking lighting. So that was pretty much just like a daylight light coming through, a blue kind of moonlight backlight coming from the back of the car. And then we had like an LED light then. Yeah,
like, again, to simulate the car's head. So then the second setup...
Where did this come from?
Yeah, was like orange and teal. And it was raining at the time, so we bagged up the lights, but it still looked really nice, didn't it, mate?
Yeah, it adds a lot of atmosphere, a lot of texture, kind of, you know, really moody. Yeah. Very Carpenter-esque. Yeah. I say so myself.
Yeah, you're comparing yourself to Carpenter. Nice. Okay. Fine.
Well, nobody else will.
And then, like, the third and final kind of lighting set we had in the car, we really kind of went for it. So, like, early on in pre-production, we had this secret Facebook group where we were sharing images, so locations that we were checking out, but also using it as, like, a mood board. Yeah. And Jim found this really cool image of, like, a model.
Yeah, it was like a stills photograph, and it was, this model had a really nice blue and kind of red, like, lighting setup. It looked really cool and very stylistic, and I thought, yeah, if we could find a place for that.
Yeah, it really kind of played up those Argento, Mario Bava type colours.
Yeah, because we discussed colours and stuff like that, and we come to the idea of, like, you know, later on in the night where, like, the horror happens, we're a bit more loose and kind of a bit more stylistic with the lighting and the colours and stuff like that. So, but again, so then pushing it on then to later on where things were going to be more kind of intense and horrific and they're hunting for prey and whatever else, we decided to bring out the gels and then kind of up the ante. So we looked at, like, the dashboard, the greens and the reds.
Yep. That was kind of our rationale.
Yeah, that's how we. Yeah, it's over the fucking top, but you know, you need to somewhat kind of find some rational point to the lights. Yeah. And then we got, I think it was green on the right, red on the left, or whatever it was. And then we got the blue coming from the back.
Backlit blue, which was nice, giving everybody that nice little, like, blue halo, which really picked up quite nicely. Yeah,
and then we had a nice daylight kind of light, LED coming back and forth. It's like headlights. So.
Gentle wobbling of the car by a runner or two.
We did go a bit too crazy.
At one of them, it was like, oh my god, we've gone off-road. We played about with and then quickly killed the idea of smoke machines. So on SatNav, going back to the very first time, we had smoke machines going, and it kind of suited the tone of it, because the idea they were in the middle of the nowhere.
Yeah, in the middle of the country and fog and stuff like that. But when we did it, obviously it was like city kind of setting. Yeah. The driving took place in. So, but it looked kind of like a car crash has just happened.
It was too much. And I think I was on the smoke machine.
Jim got very happy, trigger happy.
I was too excited by it. We quickly ditched the smoke machine, and none of the shots that we used, you know, ended up using the smoke machine in there. But I got to say, I think, like, in terms of, like, the progression, really happy with what we did achieve. And again, using the sounds, you know, and, you know, the sound mix on that to kind of help sell the driving. I think it works really well.
Yeah, definitely.
It looks really nice.
But again, it's all down to just, it is trial and error, but then it's just practice and and, you know, spending a bit of money on kit. You can't do it all with cheap lights and cheap rigs. Yeah. So if you're going to shoot in the daytime, You know, you could consider green screens. You could. I wouldn't recommend it unless you're really kitted out.
Yeah.
But instead, you definitely need a good rig to put the camera on. You need a polarized filter to block out any kind of windscreen, you know, reflections and stuff like that. And if you're going to shoot nighttime stuff, then you can keep it stationary. Just black out the background. Bring your lights in.
If you can do it in a driveway and have access to a power source, great.
Yeah. And I think, in a way, I think nighttime scenes are probably easier to shoot than the daytime scenes. So
daytime stuff, if you're going to go the actual rig way, you've obviously then also got to factor in sound. Can you hide your sound guy in the car as well? Because I mean, that's always been, it's where do you hide the sound guy? In the car. I
mean, lav mics, potentially you could do it, or if you shoot the driver, they get the sound guy in the passenger, and which can do the back or the boot or whatever else. There are ways, but again, planning, thinking about it, how you're gonna go about doing it.
All right. But if you guys have had, done driving in your films, how have we missed anything? Are there any techniques that you guys want to share with us?
Absolutely.
We'd love to know. But let us know. Let us know any tips or tips or techniques. Let us know. And Jim, what can our lovely viewers do for us?
So please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell.
Comment.
Get in touch. Share the love.
What do you think of Jim's beard?
Be gentle. I need it trimmed, don't I? We've done a lot of filming today.
This is take 3, motherfucker.